All right, this is the reality of the state of the Hawk. I'm gonna be in the firing range today to show you guys how bad the Hawk actually is. It's a lot of screamers out here lying to you guys. A lot of individuals out here putting the Hawk on a higher level than what he is on the tier list, forgetting the fact that he's probably like that because he has teammates that's
There, they're
supporting
up
him.
ahead.
And if you have that same amount of support, every other tank in the game is better. That's the reality of it. And I want people to understand right now is probably the strongest state that Hawk's been in because he has 800 health, and but that's because he has an anchor boost. The anchor bonus is giving him an extra 150 health.
I'm
You know,
poking
let me show you guys this DPS, and you guys can time it for yourselves. But it's like 6 to 7 seconds to kill his bot.
Everyone wants to take on Hulk.
That's how
Idiots.
Hawk should be. But look at this.
Double kill!
That's way too long. So Hawk do a little bit
That's
more than two
three!
attacks a second.
Too
Let's say he
puny.
do 2.5 attacks a second. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Here they
six,
come.
7. It takes 7 hits. So it take about 4 seconds technically in perfect conditions, but that's not the reality of it. It takes like 8, 9 seconds to kill somebody. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,005,
You're
5 seconds.
smashed.
And I gotta be in their face. 1,000, 1,004, 1,000,
Double
5
kill!
seconds. 5 seconds to kill a 200 health target. His leap needs to do damage. This should be doing 10 up to like 20 to 30 damage scaling on that leap with maybe a 5 meter radius. Maybe it slows knockback. You only have to do all the extra stuff, but it needs to do damage. It needs to do damage. So when you leap in on people, you already have started some of your damage up. That needs to do damage. 5 damage coming off of
Stick
this on
around.
a 15-second
Here they
cooldown
come.
is disgusting. 5 damage on 15-second cooldown. Oh, Beast, you silenced him, and the only person that can damage him is the Hawk. So they ain't even like, oh,
Heavy,
you do
huh?
that and your teammates. No, Hawk is the only person that can get him out of that state. So 5 damage for that. I think that shouldn't even be a thing. That needs to be a rock throw where he's humming a fucking or hurling a fucking rock out the ground at somebody for like 50 damage or something like that. Like Hawk needs to have strength. We know Hawk for his strength and resilience.
Hulk
This has a
protect.
5 meter AoE radius, so that means you have to be pretty much on. This is the range of the shield, and not like a 5 meter radius is garbage because most of the time you're playing in front of your team and you doing something like this,
There's
you
gonna be
know,
a
to
fight.
move back and forth throughout the fight. But holding that is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's not even close. People who's trying to sit up here and lie to you about how strong the Hawk is, it's not close. His character model is the biggest character model in the game, especially when you take in consideration all the things that he's doing. So let me put him next to Groot. Groot has a bigger character model,
Hulk
but you all
smash.
Hulk character model is bigger. This only does 200 damage. It need to be doing
I
like six,
am
so people can't just
Groot.
heal through it real easily. Um, and mind you, Groot is throwing up walls. Groot is creating cover. Groot is playing next to his teammates. Hulk does not.
Hulk
So it really don't
protect.
even matter that Groot is like 10% bigger. And the only other character that's visibly bigger than Hulk is Penny
There's
Parker.
gonna be a fight.
And it's a very similar thing for Penny Parker as well. I can be talking about this for hours. And then the character that is actually Hulk size, which is Venom, stands at a side profile. Like you have to be right here to have a very similar type of style that the Hulk has. But this is you looking at him from the side, and even he's still slightly bent down, so he's actually just about the same size as the Hulk or bigger. But since he's bending down, how the character model is actually being displayed, it's a smaller model. So it's literally only two characters who have a bigger area that's hittable than the Hulk. And both of those have safer playstyles. Groot is playing behind walls, throwing up walls. Penny is playing behind cover and throwing up spiders and shit like that. They're not readily hittable unless you're actually diving and pushing them. And if you're diving and pushing them, that's probably not the greatest thing to do because they playing with their healers. They playing with their support, and they just gonna melt you. That's the reality of it. And all of those characters have more damage than the Hulk.
No smashing us now!
So I think he should be able to double jump with this. You hold it, and then you hold it again in the air. I think it should be able to allow you to jump in the air. I think that part right there needs to be faster. This red mark right here needs to be, instead of, I think it's 0.7 seconds before you can actually leap, it need to be like 0.5. So if you just want to jump, you just slightly tap it for a second. He needs the rock boulder, because this is not forgiving at all. It's not forgiving at all. You can't shoot this at someone's feet like a lot of other people can. You can't shoot it at their feet. You have to be above this person to hit him. But and then in Hulk is susceptible to CC and his ult. Punisher is it? And I'm saying that because Hulk has a more difficult time getting ultimate. Yeah, this helps, but it's 250. If y'all want to keep him that guard, he needs to have like 500 shielding on that, and it needs to just shield himself. Just make him be aggressive like he should be, like this pseudo aggressive shit in which he's bad at every single aspect of the kit. Every other character in the game, not to mention just vanguards, but every other character in the game, what they're meant to do is what they actually do. Now they do it better and worse than some other characters, but they do what they do good. Hulk is only going to be really good if he's being pocketed or if he's having Venom on his team. And lastly, if one of the greatest players that play the game is, top 500 type of players is playing the Hulk. And having that being said, if you're a top 500 player, you probably can play any Vanguard and get more done than the Hulk. And what they don't understand about what made Diva strong in Overwatch, because I do like the fact that you start off as Bruce and you revert back to Bruce as you get beat up. But the part that they failed to realize is Diva comes out with mobility. How do I get back in the basic hall?
The time entanglement.
Hulk and I, we're a
this
team.
this left right spam is kind of garbage. Baby Diva, you doing this, and you're a lot harder to hit.
I'm guessing those are the
His
bad
left right
guys.
spam is whack. The fire rate in his gun is whack. The best thing about it is how much ammo you actually have, but the fire rate itself is whack. Like, I either want to see this be more hit scan than what it actually is, or the fire rate increases by like 2 to 3 fold. Then he would be a lot stronger in this weakened state. And I think that gamma bomb should heal him, potentially put a dot on an enemy that's on you, and give you a small shield of like 200 or so, and it can just, that'd be a lot better. I just think that'd be a lot better for Pretty Banner. And the Hulk, again, every measurable way that if you compare him next to any of his Vanguard counterparts, he do every last single part of that job worse. And you say, oh, well, he's an all-arounder. Well, even if he's an all-arounder, you still can make what he do better. If that makes sense. Like, he's such an all-arounder that he does nothing good. He does nothing good. Again, good players are going to get a lot out of the Hawk because they're good players. Players that's being in parties being pocketed. Any other hero can get pocketed the same way and have even more effect than the Hawk. His combos are slow. His combos are slow. Actually, he has no combos because he has no attack canceling. His damage is low. Like fix his damage, make his leap, be able to leap twice. So mean you can hold it once and then press it again while you're in the air, and maybe it reserves momentum or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe about when you hit the ground, that second leap charges. Maybe it takes 5 seconds for you to be able to
They
charge up
definitely
that
look
second leap
hostile.
to be able to double leap in the air. Kind of like Iron Fist, but to a slower degree. Give him the rock boulder. He pick a rock up off the ground. He can throw it at somebody. Maybe that is the CC in this kit, and have instead of that barrier, make him get some mitigations and have the damage mitigated convert into some shielding. You know, that would be great. That would be great. What we have now is just the simp version of the Hawk. Only people that's using them is people like myself who really, really like using the Hawk, who's a Hawk stan. You know, I'm a Hawk stan, so as much as I'm saying he's bad, I still have like 15 hours on the Hawk. I have 30 hours played in the game approximately. 15 of those 30 hours is on the Hawk. I play a lot of Hawk, and he's
They
objectively
definitely look
bad.
hostile.
So that's all I had to say about that, guys.